I've been hearing, maybe there's a better time to invest, or things are more unpredictable now. They're always unpredictable. October 19th, 1987, 22% down in one day. So I can predict what will happen in 10 or 20 years in a general way, but I have no idea what will happen tomorrow. And the important thing is if you've got these wonderful assets out there, to own them. And which ones do you own? I mean, if you save money, you can buy bonds, you can buy a farm, you can buy an apartment house, or you can buy a part of American business. And if you buy a 10-year bond now, you're paying over 40 times earnings for something whose earnings can't grow. And, you compare that to buying equities, good businesses, I don't think there's any comparison. But that doesn't mean the stock market can't go down 20% tomorrow. I mean, you never know what it's going to do tomorrow, but you do know what it's going to do over 10 or 20 years. And people talk about 20,000 being high. Well, I remember when it hit 200, and it was supposedly high. The Dow in your lifetime, you're going to see a Dow that certainly approaches 100,000. And that doesn't require any miracles. That just requires the American system continuing to function pretty much as it has.
You had made some headlines when you said, maybe a month or two ago, that you had spent about $12 billion in stocks since the election. Have you continued to spend since that time?
Well, I'm not sure exactly when I said it, but we certainly bought in two groups. I'm adding them together now. We spent 14. We probably spent since a little before the election, maybe, because we were maybe $20 billion even.
$20 billion? You're just counting the billions in your head as you sit here doing this?
Well, I was, yeah. I quit when I got to 20.
And why now? Again, is there a reason for this, or is it just you look at individual stocks that you wanted to own and you bought them?
I absolutely look at individual stocks. It has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve. It has nothing to do with the election. It would have something to do with interest rates if they did something extraordinary. It hasn't had, because they haven't changed that much. But there just were a couple of things I wanted to do, and we had the money, and I like investing, and I would much rather have that $20 billion in these companies. And I don't look at it as being in stocks. I look at it as being in businesses. It's just small pieces of businesses. And I would so much rather have that than have the money in treasury bills, which is my alternate. I don't have any problem with the decision at all.
What are the businesses? Should I assume it's Apple and the airlines based on what we've seen?
I think that's a good guess.
But $20 billion, is that more than what we have been told based on the 13F filings?
It's more than showed at December 31st, because we spent a lot of money since December 31st.
On what? Is it more Apple, more airlines?
Since we're not buying it now, and it's at a price different than I would buy it now, but we bought a lot more Apple after year-end.
The holdings that you had at Apple was it the fifth biggest holding? Third
59 million or something like that. Sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just looking through the report right now to grab that page. It was already your fifth biggest holding as of December 31st at $7 billion. How much more did you buy?
And
$7 billion.
We could change our mind tomorrow and all of that, but we have not bought Apples in the since the earnings report came out, because it shot up some then. But we would have, one of the fellows in the office has about 10 million shares, and I have for Berkshire's account about 120.